So today we're in yet another W123 230e. Carl, this is your car, of course. What year is it?
It's in 1984.
1984, and automatic. Very nice, and a beautiful day here in PE. Actually, let's take it for a drive. Once again, we're here in Chelsea, in Old CV Road, just down the road from the old Merc warehouse. It's quite nice and warm today here. And the aircon works, so let's put that on. Ah, there we go. Very nice. So Carl, how long have you owned this car for?
Approximately, I think it's 4 or 5 years now.
Okay.
Yeah. Did a long trip from Port Elizabeth to Johannesburg.
Very nice.
No problems.
And you bought it up there as well, you were saying?
It's in Ex-Brits,
okay.
Outside Pretoria.
Nice up-country car. And I was having a look around before we started off the video, and I couldn't see any rust or anything like that on it.
Yeah.
Really, really nice. And only done 159,000 odd Ks.
Yeah.
So
the car was stripped and resprayed.
Okay.
And some rust repair on the back windows, which is
Okay.
the usual.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that's what we did.
Yeah. But it really turned out really nicely. It's
Yes.
not apparent if you look at it that any work's been done on it.
No.
So yeah, really nice job. I love these 230es. I mean, it's such a nice driving car. I mean, there's more than enough power. And I remember back in the 90s, it's one of the first 123s I bought. I was running a hotel up in Pretoria, and I bought a 230e auto. And prior to that, I'd only had 124s and a 115, and yeah, I loved it. And they pull so nicely, actually. I mean, it's really all you need. It's 100 kilowatts and 200 Newton meters of torque. I love the wood trim. The wood trim came a bit later here in South Africa. I think it was launched in the 83 or 84 update, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
They put in the wood trim across the range, even on the 200s and stuff. Only the 280e that has also the additional wood trim here,
Yeah.
but I think it's really nice. And MB text.
Yeah.
It's funny, that's uniquely South African in terms of its popularity. Obviously, you could get it across the world, but here in South Africa, the vast majority of 123s had MB text.
Yeah.
And it stood the test of time. CV Road again. I think let's take a drive right for a change. See how it pulls away. Very cleanly. Very cleanly. I don't want to accelerate too hard, obviously, but and you say you took it up to Joburg.
Yeah.
Okay. And what sort of speed were you cruising at?
Average like 130.
Okay.
She runs nicely.
And do you remember consumption at that sort of speed?
We don't work out consumption
No, we don't.
on our
But you know, it's surprising though.
Yeah.
You'd think, it's huge amounts, but it actually isn't.
Yeah.
Not on the 4 cylinders. I mean, you do 130, you're probably using about 12 litres, 100 K, somewhere around there.
Yeah, which is fine.
That's fine.
Fine.
I mean, they're just rock steady, these cars. That's what I love about them.
Yeah.
For a 40-year-old car, the level of refinement that they had then and still have today, it's really amazing. I recently drove in a new car, a 2025 model, And the intrusion, I mean, it wasn't a cheap car, but the intrusion of the suspension noise and stuff into that, it's incredible. You don't get it in these.
Yeah.
And that's one thing, it just hasn't progressed at all. It's everything built to a price these days.
Maybe they should go back to some old technology that worked.
Exactly, yeah. Exactly.
She runs nicely at 120.
Beautiful. I mean, that's what we're doing now. So we're doing 120 and it's revving at 3,500 revs with the aircon on.
Yeah.
And my foot is literally feathering the accelerator pedal. Really beautiful cars. And I mean, at this sort of speed, without pushing on, you're probably going to get 11 litres, 100 k's, I would guess, maybe a little bit less. You watch the economy gauge is just a vacuum gauge, but it does make a difference. It sort of keeps the lightness of throttle at the forefront of your mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And listen to that. I'm sure you can hear in the camera as well. There's not a rattle. Nothing.
Yeah.
Bella, do you hear anything there at the back?
No, nothing.
Nothing, yeah?
Yeah.
And this is a bumpy road. I mean, the suspensions, there's nothing in it. No knocks there.
They don't build cars like this anymore.
Nah, they don't. I mean, Bella and I were driving one of my cars yesterday, and it rattled so much. Oh my God, it's falling apart. Not a Mercedes, obviously, but just shows you how good these actually are. And we're coming up to Seaview here.
Yeah.
Beautiful day here in PE today. A little bit of rain, but the rest of the country there's huge rain. I can see coming a little bit later, a thunderstorm here. Oh, you're comfy there at the back?
Yeah, it is comfy.
Like a couch, in these cars.
Yeah.
Oh, I think what we'll do is we'll pull up here in front, find a spot, and do a walk around to show what the outside of the car and the inside of the car looks like. And then we'll carry on, and I think, Bella, you take it for a bit of a drive.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll pull up here in front. So, Bells, you find yourself in a 230e.
Yeah. Just for a change.
Just for a change. I mean, you've driven a lot of these cars now.
Yeah. Most of the ones I get are 230es.
Yeah, it's amazing how many were sold. But what's more amazing to me is just how many have survived.
Yeah.
Carl, you remember the 5 Series and stuff from the 80s, and I mean, how many of those do you see around? You don't?
You don't.
You don't. The E28s and the E12s, you just don't see them. And these have really stood the test of time. I mean, they're just, it speaks volumes about their build quality. Oh, it's up here.
Okay.
Go to a different part of PE today. A little suburb called Kinney Bay. And a really nice beach. I actually always come here. Smooth, eh?
It is. Very nice.
I think it's a speed bump. So what do you think, Bills?
I like it. The interior is nice. The body's nice. And automatic.
And automatic as well.
A lot of people prefer that.
And the owner's manuals and stuff are here.
And the Becker radio.
And the Becker, yeah. Carl was saying that the radio itself doesn't work only because of the aerial not being put in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Left mirror as well, which is something that we only had standard here in South Africa anyway, from 1984 on. A really nice little suburb of P, this Kinney Bay. (1984) 230e W123. Absolutely beautiful example. It's again one of Carl's cars that he's brought around for us to take for a drive. And we find ourselves out here in Seaview. I mean, look at this beautiful place. A suburb just outside P. A little bit of mist this morning. But I just wanted to show you the car. It looks really, really nice. Bodywork is very good. You know, if you have a look at the bottom of the door, for example, have a look at this. I mean, this is such a common place for it to rust, and yet look at that. Really nice. It's an upcountry car from Brits. Carl bought it around 5 years ago. And yeah, it runs beautifully, as you'll see from the video. 159,000 kilometers, it's all that this has done. It's amazing that you can find a car that's 40 years old, 41 years old, that's done that mileage, 160,000 Ks over 41 years. I also love the way the bunts look on it. These MB1 alloys. And you know, for me, I always look at the beadings on them. You know, these dent, particularly these back ones, dent very easily around here. And I mean, this looks really nice still. Both sides. Have a look at the inside as well. MB text with the rubber overlay mats. Door pockets are intact. You know, I think they're such usable cars, these. I mean, it's a car you can actually buy that just uses you daily. And that's the one thing that really just always astounds me about W123s and 124s and Tier 1s. You know, all the Mercs from this sort of age, they're very, very usable. And all the parts are still available. They are, yeah, great cars. Okay, so here on CV Road, we're going to do our 80 to 120 kilometer test. We're not going to kick Dill.
No.
We're just going to pull away and let's see. Okay, so it's at 80, go.
Okay,
And it's a bit of a rise here. Okay, there's 100. As Atos overtakes us here. 110.
I'm trying not to let it kick down.
Yeah, that's the thing. So the purpose of this test is really to just see.
We're at 120.
You know, without frantic racing and stuff like that, just how it pulls away in traffic, and you know, not in traffic, but on the open road. So you're coming up to a truck and you want to overtake or something like that, and without frantically changing down. That's how it is, and it's really very usable. It's not bad at all. What do you think?
Not bad.
So here we are going along CV Road, and it really just reinforces how well these run on the open road. And you know, that's really we're such big advocates of W123s, and it's really all the car you ever need. I keep saying that over and over and over, and always considered myself very, very fortunate that my favorite car was a car that was as easily accessible as this. They aren't expensive, and they aren't expensive to run or service. And they just have so much style. I mean, look at that. It's really a nice car. Once again, thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed the video. And please, if you have any questions or have anything you'd like to add, please leave it in the comments. I'll certainly meet you there. Thanks for watching.